people will correct share screen. लक्ष झालं डबल क्लिक आलं व्हिडिओ स्टार्ट व्हिडिओ क्लिक केले तुमची व्हिडिओ दिसते बरोबर Very good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to all of you. Feeling very nice to meet you. After a long time, you are attending this lecture online because of COVID-19. We cannot conduct the lectures offline mode. That's why we have made this arrangement of online lectures. Let me admit all of the students once, then we will start our lecture. Okay. Before starting the lecture, please all of you are requested to mute your voice or mute your mobile. Okay, don't unmute your mobile because it may disrupt or it may disturb the whole class. Okay, so please do one thing, that mute your voice of the mobile. Okay. I hope that most of the people have joined in this meeting. Okay. Almost 39 students have joined to this meeting. Okay. Then shall we start with the lecture? सुरू करायचं का आता?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before starting the lecture, let me first introduce myself. So once again, I welcome all of you and very good afternoon to all of you. And congratulations to all of you for choosing this institute, this college for your career. Okay, so it is. I hope that you will make your progress with this college very fast. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Prasad Babar, Professor Prasad Babar. I'm from Pandharpur and I'm dealing with you people with the subject of communication skills. Okay, so my subject name is communication skills. And for my educational background, just for your sake of convenience, I have completed my bachelor's in English from Solapur University with first class, and I did my post graduation from Pune University with first class marks, and I'm uh, teaching here in this campus of Swearis College of Engineering from last 1 year. Okay, so I have experience of 1 year. Before that, I have taught to the diploma students of Swearis College of Engineering, Pandar. So this is about my introduction. My hobbies are reading, writing, reading, listening to music, traveling, and watching movies. These are my hobbies. So I'm dealing with the communication skills for you people. Okay, so this is for my introduction. And the subject that I'm dealing with you people is the communication skills. So let me first tell you that this is the very important subject for you people, though this doesn't have any type of written examinations, or there is no written paper for this subject, but you have the term works for this subject, and for that also we uh, are conducting the tests and tests on different topics. So that your term work will be given on the basis of your performance in the tests, performance in the class, and the attendance of your uh, attendance of you people on the daily basis. So please don't skip any of the class. It will matter on your term work. So this I want to give you advice for you people on the very first day. The subject communication skills. This subject has introduced for you people in the Solapur University from last many years. Okay, so this is not a new subject for you people, also for me. Okay, so don't be frightened or don't be nervous with this subject. You will develop your abilities of the communication if you will follow some of the daily routine of speaking with your colleagues, your friends, your family members. Okay, so don't be nervous with this subject. This is very simple, and nobody is perfect in the communication, but we can try ourselves, we can stretch our limits, and we can make this subject, or we can speak, or we can start speaking with English confidently with the practice itself. Okay, so no need to get nervous about this subject. So speaking about the communication skills, what is mean by communication? Can anybody tell me? What does it means? Communication.
Expressing our thoughts.
Yes, very correct answer. Expressing our thoughts or expressing our feelings with our surrounding environment or with the people which are surrounding to us. Okay, we communicate with our parents, we communicate with our friends. Okay, but what we do, we do this communication in our language, that is our mother tongue, that is Marathi language. Okay, so as we all of most of us belongs to the Maharashtra. Okay, we are Maharashtrian people. Some of you may be from a different state, but I don't know that much how many of you are there. But I will say that many of us belongs to the Maharashtra, and that's why our mother tongue or uh, the official language of Maharashtra is Marathi. And we learn this language uh, from our childhood itself. Okay, we learn this language from our childhood. So as this is the language we are learning from our childhood itself, this becomes our mother tongue. Okay, when we are at the childhood, at that level also, we try to listen, or we try to observe the parents. Okay, we try to observe our parents, our mother, our father. Okay, how they are trying to speak, okay, how they are speaking, we try to observe them. And by observing, we try to imitate our parents, or we try to copy our parents. Okay, and on this uh, we can say that in this process, okay, in this process, we generally develop our communication, okay, with our parents. So after some days, when we become kid, okay, someone has unmuted the speaker, so please mute. Mute yourself. Some disturbance is there. So yes, what we were discussing about the uh, developing communication. Okay, so we generally develop our communication with our parents from childhood itself. Okay, so communication is nothing but expressing our thoughts or feelings with the people surrounding to us. The people may be our friends, maybe our parents, or they might be the unknown people. Okay, so uh, we try to speak with them, we try to connect with them with the help of language. Okay, so we need language for maintaining contact or for with uh, 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 by maintaining contact or by we make contact with the person with the help of language. Okay, so let us first understand what is the language and why is it necessary to learn any language to survive in this world. Okay, so first of all we are going to discuss about the importance of the language. Okay, okay, so uh, first of all let me tell that uh, is this screen visible to all of you? Screen दिसते का सगळ्यांना?
Yes,
What I
sir.
have shared with you people?
Yes,
Sir.
yes.
Yes. So let's first read this content and understand with the help of explanation. Okay. So importance of English language. Why do we learn any language? Not particular English language, any language. Why do we learn? That we have to understand first. Okay, so first question is, what is the language? Language म्हणजे काय? Okay, so let us first understand that and then we'll move. So language is our primary source of communication. Language is our primary source of communication. Primary means what? It is very basic source. It is very basic or fundamental source. With the help of language only, we can make contact with another person or with the person in front of us or with a mob itself. Mob means what? A crowd, or there are many people in the mob, and to speak with that mob also, we must need the language. Okay, so language is our primary source of communication. It is the method through which we share our ideas and thoughts with others. So it is method. Method means what? Here we can say that it is the way through which we can share our ideas or thoughts with others. So communication itself is nothing but sharing ideas or thoughts, and the medium we choose or we require for communication is called as the language. Okay, so language is necessary for the communication purpose. It is very basic source or very common source for the communication. Some people even say that language is what separates us from animals and makes us human. So we can uh, uh, understand that, or we know that we are different from animals. Okay, we are human and animals are different from us. In what sense they are different? They are different in the sense of speaking language.
Understand.
Yes, understanding also, and we can make applications. Okay, we can apply different our understanding, or we can apply our brain. Okay, we are a very intelligent creature in this world. Okay, so animals are also intelligent, like elephant, or we can say that dolphins. These are also the intelligent, but human is the most intelligent creature in this world. Okay, so some people even say that language is what separates us from animals and makes us human. So uh, what makes the difference between animal and human? The difference that is made in human and animals is that we can apply language, we can speak language, and animals cannot. Okay, can has anybody uh, seen that dog or any animal is speaking with other animal or with a person with the help of language? Can
No,
anybody? No.
no, sir.
Yes. So
No, sir.
animals cannot speak. They can create voices. Okay, like means crow. What it does, it crows. Okay, or uh, animals like
Wrong.
tigers or lions make roars. Okay, they make roars, but they cannot speak with the help of language. Okay, they can communicate with their voices, they can communicate with their cries, with the their family members or uh, other animals, but they cannot use language. Okay, so this makes the difference between human and animals. Okay, so someone has said it right that language makes us different from animals. Then there are thousands of languages in this world. So we know that world is made up of different countries, okay, different cities, different states. Okay, there are more than 190 different countries in the whole world. Okay, and in a single country itself you can find hundreds of languages. Okay, or hundreds of accents which are spoken in that country. Okay, in India itself you can find that there are more than 28 or 29 states. Okay, 29 states are there in India, and I think 3 or 4 union territories are there. Okay, and these 29 states have their own mother tongue. Okay, or official language. Means if you went to the uh, North India, you will see that Hindi is very prominent language over there. Okay, so North Indian states like UP, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, MP, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, or Uttarakhand. These are the states. Here, Hindi language is the most dominant language because the most of the speakers from these states speak with the help of this Hindi language. Okay, they don't understand any other language, they only speak Hindi language. But if you went towards little but northeastern side of India, you will see that there are 7 states, and these states are commonly called as seven sisters of northeast India, and these are the very small states like Manipur, Assam, Mizoram. Okay. And though these are very small states, these states are having their own official language, or we can say that they are having their own mother tongue. Okay, so though the states are small, they also have their own mother tongue, their own official language. Means Manipur has Manipuri, Assam has its own different language, Tripura or Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, and coming towards the eastern side, you will see that there is the West Bengal. Okay, West Bengal. So West Bengal has its own language, that is Bengali. Okay, so most of the people in West Bengal and also the people from Bangladesh stick with the language, and that language is nothing but the Bengali language. So this makes different that India has its own variety of language. Coming towards southern states, okay, when we move towards southern India, you will see that there are the states like Karnataka, uh, Andhra, Telangana, uh, Kerala, okay, then Tamil Nadu. So all these are the states, and each state has its own official language, or we can say that it has its own mother tongue. Okay, and these are the very ambitious people. Southern states people uh, do not use, they will not use your language. They will only use either their own mother tongue, or they will use English instead of their mother tongue. But they won't speak uh, Hindi language. Okay, so they are very against of dominance of this Hindi language. Okay, so these are the states, very ambitious states. They are having their own uh, they are having their own proud on their mother tongue. Okay, and speaking about Maharashtra has its own language, that is Marathi. Mother tongue of Maharashtra is Marathi, and we people are also proud of our language. We try to speak with the help of English, but we are having knowledge of Hindi language also. So when we meet with the northern state people, we make use of this Hindi language also. But the southern states like Kerala or like Tamil Nadu, they only speak their own language, or either they will communicate with you people with the help of English language. So that makes the difference between uh, each state and its own mother tongue. So totally there are 29 states in India, and each state is speaking in its own mother tongue, that is Marathi or Hindi, Malayalam or Telugu, Tamil. These are the languages. So language is most important part, and without language we cannot survive, or we cannot stay in this race of world. Okay, so that's why in India itself we can find that there are hundreds of languages. In tribal India also, there are their own accents. There are they are having their own languages, okay, that are tribal languages, that doesn't have script, but they don't need script for speaking purpose. They only use spoken form of the language tribal people. Okay. But the Marathi, Hindi, okay, Tamil, Malayalam, Bengali, these languages are having their own script. That's why the language which is having script is considered as the important language. Okay, that the language in which we can write is known as the important language. So writing is also another aspect, but speaking is the most important aspect. So countries have their own national languages in addition to a variety of local languages. Means national languages तर असतातच कंट्रीमध्ये. एक प्रत्येक देशाची तिची एक वेगळी मदर टंग असते, मातृभाषा असते. But also they are having their local languages. Local languages means what? Let's take example of Maharashtra itself. Okay, let's take example of Maharashtra. So speaking about Maharashtra, Maharashtra has its own mother tongue and its mother tongue is Marathi. But when there are also the different local languages or local accents of this Marathi. Okay, when we move towards or when we go to Pune region, okay, when we go to Pune region, you will find it that the Marathi that is spoken in Pune region is called as the pure Marathi. Okay, so pure Marathi in the sense that the language used in Pune region is the mostly accepted or widely known Marathi in the Maharashtra. Also, we make fun of this Puneri Marathi also, but there are different accents of Marathi also. Puneri Marathi is different. Solapuri Marathi is another accent of this Marathi language. So people from Solapur, they are having their different own accent. Means त्यांचा एक लहेजा वेगळा लहेजा असतो. So Solapuri Marathi is having this its own accent. Coming towards Vidarbha region or Nagpur region, so there or Amravati region, they are having their own accent. Okay, own accent of Marathi means they make use of be. Okay, so खाल्लं का बे वगैरे अशा पद्धतीनं तिथं एक वेगळ्या प्रकारचा ऍक्सेंट आपल्याला अमरावतीकडच्या लोकांचा दिसून येतो. आता we are very well known with some of the personalities on TV channel also. So in Chala Hawa Yew Dya show, you will find the people like Bharat Ganesh Pure is making use of that Vidarbha accent of Marathi language. Or there are many personalities who are coming from Vidarbha. Okay, so Bharat Ganesh Pure also make use of this Marathi accent from his region, that is Vidarbha region. Coming towards Kokani region, okay, when we move towards the Konkan, that is Malwan, or we can say that Sindhudurga. So this is the Kokani region where Malwani accent is most famous accent. Okay, so they also speak in English, but they are having their own accent of Malwan. Okay, so Malwani accent is very famous there. So they are the people who use that accent. So personality is dealing with that Malwani accent. We are very well known with that personality of Narayan Rane. Okay, Narayan Rane. Or Vaibhav Mangle is also from Malwan, or we can say that Konkan region. So he also very nicely use his accent. Okay, so these are about the accents. So each language is having its own accent, and there are many accents of regional languages also. This is we are talking about Maharashtra region, but speaking about the England, so where this English language is brought up from England. Okay, so in England also, or Britain also, you will see that there are different accents or different forms of English language these British people are using. Okay, so London, from London city, in the London city, you will see that standard accent of English is used. So they make use of very standard accent. When you move towards the northern part of the England, that you will see that they are the people who are using different accents, little but different accents from the British or London accent. Also, you will, if coming towards the Kentish region, Kent is also one of the region we can find in the England. So in the Kent also there is different accent than that English, standard English accent. So standard English you will find only in the London city, where Cambridge and Oxford University has settled. But when you travel to another part of the Britain, then you will find that the people from different part of the England also are speaking with their own different accents. So in Marathi you can say that भाषा ही कशी असते, तर एक मैलांवर भाषेचा काय बदलतो, तर लहेजा बदलतो. ओके, सो दॅट्स वाय एक आपण म्हणू शकतो की भाषा ही कशी असते, तर प्रवाही असते, आणि ती प्रवाही असली पाहिजे. म्हणजे प्रत्येक मैलावर आपल्याला भाषेचा वेगळेपणा जातो. We feel the difference after a mile in a language. Okay, so that's why language is very important for communication purpose. Coming towards our point, there are thousands of languages in the world. Countries have their own national languages in addition to the variety of local languages spoken and understood by their people in different regions. Some languages are spoken by millions of people, others by only a few thousand. So some of the languages like English, okay, English is the most spoken language you will find in all over the world. Okay, so English is spoken by millions of people. In India itself, you will find millions of people who are speakers of this English language. And outside of India, there is more of the population you can find English speaking people are there. Okay, so and English is spoken by thousands of people, but there are also other languages like tribal languages. Okay, so tribal people are very less. They live in tribe and they are not having advanced features. Okay, they are not educated, they live in isolation with the world, they do not mix with other world, they are tribal people. That's why they cannot spread their language as much as this English language. Also uh, Chinese is also another language which is spoken by millions of people. China is this country where the people of China don't use, most of the people of the China do not use English language. They will either use their own language, that is Chinese language. Okay, so these are the some of the examples of uh, languages which are spoken by millions of people, and some of these like tribal languages, these are spoken by thousands, only few thousands or only few hundreds. Okay, so this makes the difference. Now coming towards the next point, and the next point is, why do we learn English? English का शिकायची किंवा इंग्लिश का महत्वाची आहे? Why do we learn this English language? So this language we have to learn to be in the race of all world. Okay, so जगाच्या तुलनेत आपल्याला जर कुठं सर्वाइव्ह करायचं असेल तर त्याच्यासाठी ही इंग्लिश लँग्वेज व्हेरी ती इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. फॉर गेनिंग नॉलेज दिस लँग्वेज इज इम्पॉर्टंट. ओके, so first point is English was originally the language of England. So this was originally the English language, that is the language from England, but through the historical efforts of the British Empire, it has become the primary or secondary language of many former British colonies such as United States, Canada, Australia, and India also. So Britishers took efforts to uh, bring this language or to teach this language to whole the world. Okay, so Britishers were having the colonies. Okay, we were the colonies, we Indian also were the colonies of the Britishers. त्यांचे आपण काय होतो तर कॉलनी होतो, ते आपल्यावर काही वर्षांपूर्वी राज्य करत होते. ओके, सो that's why they have left, they looted India. Okay, they grabbed all the wealth of India, but they uh, put, or they cannot take their language from India. Okay, they took all the wealth of India. Okay, they looted India. They left India very poor nation, but they cannot grab their own language from we people. Okay, so that's why we are uh, uh, at the verge of becoming the country, means not that much progressive country, but we are a developing country. We are not developed country, we are not developed yet, but little but development is happening in IT sector or different regions. Okay, so English was originally this language of this England, but through the historical efforts of the British Empire, it has become the primary or secondary language of many former British colonies. So it has become primary or secondary. Primary means what? The first language. And secondary means what? The second language. Primary is generally the official language. Okay, primary is generally the official language or mother tongue. Okay, but secondary is not official language. uh, uh, it's just the for the purpose of official work, like different works, official works like our state to state relations. Okay, for state affairs, परराष्ट्र संबंध वगैरे आपण ते म्हणतो, त्याच्यासाठी आपण काय करतो, इंग्लिश लँग्वेजचा यूज करतो. but English language was originally from the Britain or England, and they took the efforts to uh, expand their language or speaking community, English speaking community all over the world. Okay, and that's why United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand is having their first language or primary language as English. Okay, and India is having its secondary language as English. So India is using English as the secondary language and not primary language. Currently, English is the primary language of not only countries actively touched by British impression, but also many business and cultural spheres dominated by those countries. So at this instant, English is not only the language, primary language uh, of the nations or of the countries where Britishers have ruled, but it is also the language or it is also used as a communication language uh, in those countries who are not actively uh, uh, the colonies of the Britishers. Okay, so uh, this is the one of the feature of this language. Also, we know that it is the language of Hollywood and language of international banking and business. So all of us know that English is the language of Hollywood. All of us are fond of this Hollywood movies. Okay, so we most of us like to watch the Hollywood movies, love to watch the Hollywood movies. And famous movies in Hollywood like Avenger series, okay, Marvel series. We are very fond of these Hollywood movies. But in India also in regional languages, many of the directors or many of the writers are uh, making their movie very heart touching, like Nagraj Manjure or in Hindi also there are the directors like Nishikant Kamath, okay, so who has directed films, different very heart-touching movies. These directors have directed. Okay, so we know we are very fond of these Hollywood movies, and English language is also the language of international banking and business. So for international banking and business also, we are making use of this language. Okay, so as such, it is useful and even necessary language to know. And that's why this language is become very necessary and useful language in all of the sectors. Okay, so that's why we are learning this language. It's almost 4. Okay, so it's almost 4. So let's first take the attendance, and you can leave this meeting after attendance. Let me first take your attendance. Please give the attendance properly so that I can mark it. don't leave the meeting. Leave the meeting after your attendance. Okay. I won't mark uh, attendance if someone has left the meeting. Okay. So don't leave the meeting. You can leave the meeting after the attendance. Okay. Okay. Roll number 1,
Present.
2. Roll number 2. Roll number 3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6.
Present, sir.
Roll number 6,
Present, sir.
7. Roll number 7. 7 is absent.